When I think of Diddy and I think of food, I think of the episode of The Band when he had these young aspiring artists walk all the way from Manhattan to Brooklyn to Junior's to get him a slice of Junior's cheesecake.
But I do want some cheesecake.
Sean Diddy Combs is facing 25 to life on multiple different charges. This man is absolutely fucked. They just denied his $50 million bail. He offered the government $50 million to let him out, and they said, "We don't trust you to not run away."
Sean Diddy Combs, once a powerful music mogul living a life of luxury and extravagance, now faces the grim reality of life behind bars. Arrested on serious federal charges, including sex trafficking, racketeering, and conspiracy, Diddy is being held at the notorious Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, and things are just going to get even worse for him. The transition from his once glamorous lifestyle to the harsh conditions of jail has been stark and difficult, with reports suggesting that he is struggling to adapt.
At the time of the records, had a more classical and formal style, but which seemed to have been redecorated when the rapper bought it. The place also has a game room and a wine cellar for drinks, next to a green-walled kitchen, as well as having 11 luxurious bathrooms, a library with wooden bookshelves, and 8 cozy suites. Outside, the mansion's lot is 1.3 acres, featuring wooded gardens, a casual dining area, a tennis practice court, and a resort-style pool that features an underwater tunnel. According to media reports, Diddy bought this mansion in 2014, shelling out a whopping $39 million for it. Cars! Diddy is passionate about vehicles, so much so that he has become known for having quite a luxurious collection. For example, the following cars have already passed through his garage: a $35,000 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, a rugged 4x4 for more extreme touring, a $75,000 Cadillac Escalade, with which he was involved in a traffic accident, a $100,000 collectible Chevrolet Corvette, a $110,000 Ferrari.
Diddy's arrest in late 2023 marked a turning point in his life. The 14-page federal indictment outlined disturbing allegations of abuse, including organizing freak-offs, elaborate and exploitative sex parties where women were reportedly drugged and coerced into sexual acts. These parties, according to the indictment, were not only orchestrated by Diddy, but also recorded without the victim's consent. The charges against him include a wide array of criminal activities, from forced labor and trafficking to kidnapping and bribery. Despite the gravity of the allegations, Diddy has pleaded not guilty and is preparing for a fierce legal battle. Since his arrest, Diddy has been held at MDC Brooklyn, a facility notorious for its poor conditions, overcrowding, and violence.
He was like an overnight guest. When they told his bond hearing, now they checked him into the system, and reality has hit him. And I understand that he has a shrink coming by his cell to see him several times a day. And now there's talk about putting him in, it's like a bubble. It's like a cell that has like a plexiglass wall in it where they have inmates watching you. That's actually their job, to keep an eye on the inmates that are on suicide watch. Another error that I guess some warden told you this. There are sentenced inmates there. They're called cadre inmates. They don't have to be white-collar inmates, but they're doing maintenance on the building. And the problem, why there's a lot of violence there, they have housing units. And they're mixing bank robbers, drug dealers, rapists with white-collar people.
The Metropolitan Detention Center is no stranger to high-profile inmates. Convicted individuals such as R. Kelly and Ghislaine Maxwell have spent time there, and Diddy is currently housed in the same protective unit as Sam Bankman-Fried, the disgraced cryptocurrency mogul convicted of fraud. This unit, reserved for high-profile individuals or those needing extra protection, is designed to offer heightened security and prevent incidents involving other inmates. Despite being placed in this protective unit, Diddy is not immune to the struggles of prison life. He is reportedly having a hard time adjusting, especially when it comes to the food, which is known to be of notoriously poor quality. Prison meals are often described as bland, undercooked, or overcooked, and lacking in nutrition or flavor. For someone like Diddy, who was accustomed to gourmet meals prepared by private chefs, this adjustment has been particularly challenging.
Suicide watch. He's getting treated with kid gloves when his lawyer has come out and said he's not suicidal. So he's basically in the medical unit getting special treatment. But now, Diddy hungry? Apparently, he's missing his private chef. I hate when that happens, when you can't take your private chef, your celebrity chef, with you behind bars at the Metro Detention Center. That's gotta hurt. But we are also hearing that he is so self-centered, he thinks he may be poisoned behind bars.
Recent reports have surfaced that Diddy has stopped eating while in custody, either because he finds the food unbearable or, more disturbingly, because he fears it may be poisoned. This kind of paranoia is not uncommon among high-profile inmates who are suddenly thrust into an environment where they have little control. For someone who once had complete control over his meals and lifestyle, the sudden loss of autonomy can be overwhelming.
What it is, guys, it's your boy Tyrone Copple, and there's nothing worse than going from drink spiker to spike drink drinker. But looks like he's gonna have to get it together because jail food sucks. Nothing worse than sugarless sugar cookies, sugarless coffee, sugarless Kool-Aid, sugarless sugar. Look it up. They gave us Equal or Splenda or some crap.
While no credible threat of poisoning has been reported, the fear is understandable given the high stakes involved in his case.
In the kitchen, there is a cook back there. There is a certified cook back there, but it's not enough cooks back there. It's like a few cooks that have to supervise a whole lot of inmates. You could imagine there is, at this facility, there were 2,300 inmates, and they have to be fed 3 times a day. So they're cooking a lot of food back there. They're doing it under not enough professional supervision. So the food is not very good. It's no love in the food, man. You're not gonna taste the food. It doesn't taste like your grandma's food. It doesn't taste like your mom's food. It is very bad food. So do not come to jail.
Diddy's legal team has expressed concerns about his safety, not just in terms of physical danger from other inmates, but also regarding the toll that these conditions are taking on his mental health. Despite these concerns, there has been no indication from prison officials that Diddy is receiving any special treatment when it comes to his food or accommodations.
So I don't think I have the right words to truly enunciate the massive me. He actually thinks somebody's gonna risk their job to kill him and nobody will ever find out. You don't think they'll do an autopsy and find poison in his system? Is he crazy?
Nancy, yes, certifiably, he's crazy. You know, Nancy, it's very typical for men who are sociopathic, and obviously I don't know Sean Puffy Combs, but the traits that I'm seeing are very sociopathic. For them to feel grandiose and vulnerable, like they can get away with everything until they get caught. Once they're caught, they do become quite paranoid. It's like there's this weird psychological collapse where all of a sudden they think everybody's against them, and they're right. They are going to get in trouble. People are against them, but not in the sense that they're going to poison the food.
In addition to his struggles with prison food, Diddy has been placed on suicide watch, a standard procedure for high-profile inmates undergoing a significant and sudden change in their circumstances. While his lawyer has stated that Diddy is not suicidal, placing him on suicide watch allows the prison to monitor him closely and prevent any incidents that might occur. This decision also reflects the prison's cautious approach, particularly in light of high-profile cases like Jeffrey Epstein's, where negligence and lapses in protocol led to serious consequences. Being on suicide watch means Diddy is subjected to regular check-ins, by mental health professionals and guards, a level of scrutiny that he likely finds invasive but necessary under the circumstances. The facility's staff aims to ensure that high-profile inmates like Diddy remain safe, given the immense public attention surrounding his case.
Who's never lost control of his whereabouts. I mean, you think about, you go from a 14,000 square foot mansion in one city, a 17,000 square foot mansion in another city, and now you're in a 6 foot by 8 foot cell, 23 hours a day for the foreseeable future. That will take a mental toll on a person. However, I'm sure he's going through an array of emotions in terms of wanting to control his environment, what he eats, when he sleeps, who he gets to talk to. And based on the high profile, because this is a high profile case, obviously we would want to, or the institution would want to place him in a special housing or an area where they can, monitor his behavior.
Diddy's legal team, led by prominent defense attorney Mark Agnifilo, is working hard to prepare his defense, but they face significant challenges. Not only are the charges severe, but the court has also denied Diddy's bail twice, citing concerns about public safety and the risk of him fleeing, despite offering a $50 million bail package, which included strict conditions such as GPS monitoring and limitations on visitors. The judge ruled that releasing Diddy on bail was too risky.
And again, Costco came out. This is their statement. They said none of the company's US locations carry baby oil. So I think this dude has a lawyer who doesn't fact check his own client. This guy's so fucked. Maybe Diddy's lawyer was like the only guy that said yes to this case. Like, he just looked at the case, he looked at the facts that the federal government presented, and he was like, dude, I'm going to lose this, but I'm going to make a lot of money. Maybe he's just there for the bag, and he's just going to, ride the roller coaster down, filling his pockets with Sean Diddy's cash before it gets confiscated by the government because it's proceeds of crime. Maybe that's what's really going on, and this lawyer is actually a hero tanking the case on purpose to make sure an evil man does life. Who knows?
I think he came out. Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent.
Mr. Combs is a fighter. You know what? For once, I 100% agree with this lawyer.
This morning, embattled music mogul Sean Diddy Combs will remain behind bars on charges that include sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy after a second judge overseeing his federal criminal case denied him bond once again.
The fight continues. We're not giving up by a long shot.
Outside the New York City courthouse, his lawyer defiant.
He believes he's innocent. I believe he's innocent. And we're going to fight this case with all of our might until we don't have to fight any longer.
The judge ruling the bail package presented by Combs' lawyer was insufficient, siding with prosecutors who called Combs a threat to society, adding there is no condition that would assure that the rapper would not obstruct justice.
Agnifilo has also raised concerns about the conditions at MDC, describing them as unsafe and inhumane. His team has petitioned for Diddy to be transferred to another facility in New Jersey, but the decision ultimately rests with the Federal Bureau of Prisons. For now, Diddy remains at MDC, where his once luxurious lifestyle has been replaced with the grim reality of prison life. At the center of the charges against Diddy are the so-called freak-offs, sex parties where women were allegedly drugged, coerced, and recorded without their consent. These disturbing allegations, which include reports of physical, emotional, and sexual abuse, have led to multiple civil lawsuits, in addition to the federal indictment. Cassandra Ventura, known professionally as Cassie, was the first to file a civil suit against Diddy, claiming years of abuse during their relationship. Her lawsuit was settled just a day after it was filed, but it opened the floodgates for others to come forward.
Sean Diddy Combs was accused in a lawsuit Thursday of subjecting R&B singer Cassie to a years-long relationship that included beatings and rape. Cassie, whose legal name is Cassandra Ventura, alleged in the suit that Combs brought her into his fast-paced and drug-fueled lifestyle not long after she met him and signed to his label when she was 19 and he was 37 in 2005. Combs' attorney denied the allegations. Ventura said that after years in silence and darkness, she is ready to tell her story.
Since Cassie's lawsuit, 11 other civil suits have been filed, echoing similar claims of abuse, drugging, and non-consensual recordings. Federal authorities raided Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami in early 2024, seizing what they believe to be critical evidence, including video footage, firearms, and narcotics. The footage reportedly includes recordings of the alleged abuse, which could become key evidence in the trial.
I believe Barack Obama got a tape.
Yeah, he playing hide the hot dog.
I know Jennifer Lopez has multiple tapes.
Oh, yeah. Oof.
I know Beyonce got a tape.
Ooh.
I definitely know they probably recycled some old Stevie J and Eve stuff. I know Drake got a tape. I know Rihanna got a tape. I know Chris Brown's on one of them tapes. I know Trey Songz has been like a supporting actor in many freak-off films. Definitely Usher. I think what would shock people are the politicians and the royals that were on that tape. And I'm still trying to figure out when Harry and Meghan are going to be honest about their freak-off tape. The royal family had many times at Diddy party.
Diddy's legal team has stated that he is ready to fight the charges and clear his name, insisting that the interactions were consensual. However, the overwhelming nature of the evidence, particularly the digital recordings seized by authorities, presents a major challenge for his defense. As the legal proceedings continue, Diddy's case is being closely watched by the public. The music industry, where Diddy was once a dominant figure, is reeling from the allegations, and many former associates have distanced themselves from him. Social media has been abuzz with reactions to the case, and Diddy's reputation, once built on success and influence, has been severely tarnished.
What exactly is Diddy being charged with?
They recovered surveillance videos, they recovered cell phones, they recovered computers, electronic devices, as well as guns, and of course the baby oil, and all of this.
I've been waiting for baby oil to go back in stock, but
yes. Most importantly, what people need to remember is that, look, the feds are going through all of this surveillance footage and they are conducting their investigation, and based on that, they have seen a lot. So in terms of people talking, shut your mouth. You do not know what the feds know. You don't know if you are in those videos. You don't know whether you are a part of these criminal acts. So I would suggest shut it up.
I am seeing all over the internet a whole lot of people are talking about what they saw at the party, you know, if they worked for him.
Making themselves witnesses.
The court of public opinion plays a significant role in cases like this, especially when a high-profile figure like Diddy is involved. His legal team not only has to prepare for the courtroom, but also manage the narrative outside of it. Maintaining a defense strategy that accounts for both the legal and public dimensions of the case is a delicate balancing act, and Diddy's lawyers are well aware of the challenges ahead.
And Sean Diddy Combs' kids are speaking out for the first time since the music mogul was taken into custody. 4 of his 7 children released a statement on Instagram saying they want to clear up false rumors about their mother. Meanwhile, a new accuser is coming forward. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky has the latest.
The children of Sean Diddy Combs are speaking out for the first time since their father's arrest last week. 4 of Combs' 7 children writing on Instagram, "We have seen so many hurtful and false rumors circulating about our parents, Kim Porter and Sean Combs' relationship, as well as about our mom's tragic passing, that we feel the need to speak out. Claims that our mom wrote a book are simply untrue. She did not, and anyone claiming to have a manuscript is misrepresenting themselves." A 60-page unverified book published earlier this month claimed to be the collection of diaries of Porter, who died at the age of 47 in 2018. The children, who don't mention their father's arrest in the statement, go on to write, "Our mother should be remembered for the beautiful, strong, kind, and loving woman she was. Her memory should not be tainted by horrific conspiracy theories."
Diddy's legal battle is far from over, and the road ahead is uncertain. With such serious charges looming over him and the weight of public scrutiny, his once glamorous life seems a distant memory. The trial is likely to be long and drawn out, with the potential for even more damaging evidence to surface as investigators investigators continue their work. For now, Diddy remains behind bars at MDC, where the harsh conditions serve as a stark contrast to the life he once led. Whether he will be able to mount a successful defense and clear his name remains to be seen, but the challenges he faces are immense, and the outcome of his trial will undoubtedly have far-reaching consequences for his future.
Here's a breakdown of how much time Diddy is actually facing for all the crimes he committed. Racketeering conspiracy up to 20 years in prison. Trafficking mandatory minimum of 15 years, maximum life sentence. Transportation to engage in S-work up to 20 years in prison. Kidnapping up to life in prison. And obstruction of justice is up to 10 years in prison. So if bro was convicted of all charges, he could face multiple decades in prison, with some counts carrying possible life imprisonment. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man, they should give him a year for every motherfucking bottle of oil he had. That's damn near 1,000 years in prison right there. His ass most definitely still gonna be cooked. But I ain't gonna lie, I ain't looking too good for P. Diddy. If he do beat this case, his ass is gonna be dead broke, and his ass gonna have to go into hiding because no one ain't gonna fuck with him.
Let us know what you think in the comments. That's it for now. For more updates, hit the bell icon.